motherfucker stuck in 1989. That's why his album's called One Less Jam.
Welcome, everyone, to episode 14.
15.
Really? That's great. Episode 15. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Of the Juggalo Rewind podcast, season 4. One Less G in the Hood by Blazy Dead Homie. My name is Peter. I'm here with Chris. What is going on?
You're here. Home stretch. Not home stretch, the end. I mean, there's some other loose ends you have to tie up, but the last track of the album, unbelievable.
The wheels are fully down. We are skirt, hitting the ground.
And then it's like, should we lift up a little bit? Like, because the deluxe is there. Do you lift the wheels back up? We'll have to figure that out. Yeah,
we're going to be like when Sully stopped it from going into the river.
I've never seen Sully, but I know the story.
Yeah, I've never seen the movie either. I just know his name is Sully Sullivan.
I just know his name is Sully Sullivan. Like Mushy Moostard.
That's a good one. All right. So, like we said, this is episode 15 of season 4. We are the Juggalo Rewind. We are your favorite Juggalo podcast, and we go back in time listening to old Juggalo albums, dissecting them track by track, lyric by lyric. If you want to listen for that, so be it. If you want to listen for our nonsense, that's also going to be there too. Go back in our archives if you want to see, if you want to hear or see more nonsense, because we've talked about Twisted's Most Tasteless, Tales from the Lotus Pod, and
Wizard of the Hood.
I always forget Wizard of the Hood. And then other variables like Halloween and Christmas, which, you know, they're out there. If you want to wait till...
They're out there.
If you want to wait till Halloween season to listen to that one, maybe you go back and listen. Maybe you re-listen.
I mean, we just got through halfway to Halloween, so, you know, it's still in the blood. You know, you're still feeling that spookiness.
Maybe it's going to be halfway to Christmas and you listen to Carnival 94.
You got Christmas in July, right? So
that's true.
That's your chance to catch up on Carnival Christmas 94. If you want to know who Fink the East Side G is,
that'd be your only chance. Until our Goldie season.
Right. That's a Patreon exclusive.
That's not a bad idea. Let's get on that.
How many Goldie members do you think we could get on there? Some of those guys are just random assholes.
I bet we could find one or two. I want Fink the East Side G. So yeah, whether you're new Juggalo, old Juggalo, or former Juggalo, or not Juggalo at all.
True.
If you want to listen to our nonsense, come on in. Water's warm. Jump both feet in.
Yeah. I mean, there's that one podcast we enjoy that does all the new metal stuff. I'm sure they got a ton of fans who are new metal listeners, so.
Roach Coach?
Yeah.
You think people listen to them that aren't new metal? I guess.
I'm not a new metal fan. I listen to it.
Yeah. You hate all that music, don't you?
I don't know. At times it's fun for what it is, but it is pretty terrible.
They've only had 2 Juggalo episodes, right? They had Jekyll Brothers, and we don't talk about them enough. Jekyll Brothers and Freak Show.
We need to have them come on for an episode. I think that'd be a fun crossover.
I always wanted to do that, and it never worked out. Why did we...
We talked about it early on, and then kind of just forgot about it, I think.
That was back when... very, very early on, where I thought we were going to have a guest on every episode. Yeah. I still think that would have been a really good idea, but God, that'd be fucking
so hard
a nightmare
to do.
You'd have to be so far in advance. We'd have to do a season in the can.
Yeah. It's hard enough getting just us two together and get them knocked out in a week.
Yeah, no, I still think it'd be cool, and maybe we'll do that for future things, but yeah, I had grand ambitions. Not every idea comes out perfectly.
Illusions of grandeur, like Violent J went to marry a hooker.
I think I really like that song.
Oh yeah, I like it. It's like kind of country-ish, you know, that J country vibe, like when he.
Oh, I'm confusing that with Shugston Brooks.
Is that one about killing a kid or something, isn't it?
That's the one about where he takes his wife hostage.
Oh man, I remember that name, but I can't remember that song.
Yeah, I like that one. Illusions of Grandeur. What's that on?
It's like Illusions of Grandeur. Found, maybe? This isn't a second deck podcast.
No, you're right. It is on Found. This isn't a second deck podcast. The Juggalo Not So Rewind.
I mean, as we discussed, was it last week? Bang Pow Boom. Fucking that thing's already
a 15
classic
years old
at this point.
Classic. I mean, it is kind of a classic, but man, we should do bonus. We've talked about that, like a bonus episode of like an all-encompassing like lists or,
Yeah.
you know,
Something
go
different.
old school with it, like in between seasons. So we got stuff in the can. We're thinking about that. We're thinking about taking you on food tours of
Yeah.
Southwest Detroit. There's so many ideas.
Plenty of ideas. No time.
Did I tell you that I literally mapped out how big Clark Park is?
Oh, really? For the fucking marathon?
Yes. I don't think we could do 5K. I want to say if you run the straight line and back, it may be 2.
Oh, wow.
Like on the
I mean, that's all we need.
on the west edge. Yeah.
Half a K.
So I think we can do it. I have a couple people who I think would actually do it with
Well,
us.
Halloween's around the corner, and the Fright Fest has a little special gimmick, so people will be coming in town for that, maybe.
Yes. I didn't get my ticket. I think I may get the one. Well, we haven't talked about that in a couple of weeks. Things that we have upcoming.
Yeah.
So where you can see us. So we'll do that in a little bit. Remind me. Or not.
I don't know. Where are we going to be?
We're going to be in front of the disc lighting a pumpkin.
Pumpkin.
We need a legitimate. Now we're just getting into nonsense. I have started spreadsheets about different events that we have going on
Yeah.
and timelines and what we need to do for all of them. So I'm a fucking lunatic. I've already driven one person crazy with this. So I can't imagine that anyone else is going to be equally as unhappy with me because I'm now just planning like a fucking madman. And my computer doesn't want to work. So look at this. Come over here. This is SummerSlam weekend. Everything that's happening and a timeline and notes of like what's overlapping. I have notes about like what we have to do, who's coming from out of town. So
The only thing I was thinking is I need everything set up at WrestleCon and then like a surplus of stuff to take at Old and if I go anywhere else because you're not going to be able to like set up and break down.
that's a good point. Going from one to the other, would the setup be the day before? So you'd have to literally
Yeah,
go.
because WrestleCon starts early as fuck on looking at old ones. That's the problem.
Yeah. So we'll talk about that later. But yeah, my new neurosis is making these like spreadsheets with timelines.
Well, the one event we're still hoping to do, it's a small window now.
Oh
We have
god,
to-
that may be happening as you're listening to this episode. So we'll talk about that at the end too. Jesus.
yeah, we didn't get to
Christ.
plug that because it's still up in the
It
air.
may be, but as you listen to this, it may be tomorrow.
Yeah, no spreadsheets, no planning, so we have fucking yeah.
Probably still haven't heard about it even when you're listening to
Right.
this.
They're gonna go, where are you guys? Fucking assholes.
Someone will be looking for us. Fucking Zach will be like, I thought I heard you were here. Like, oh, we're not there. All right. Man, we bantered a lot about bullshit, and I totally lost my train of thought. Fuck, I don't know.
We're here
Whatever.
for Hatchet Execution.
We are.
Yeah.
You want to throw in some other nonsense
Yeah.
here we got?
A little nonsense at the very end here.
Yes. I'm sure we'll deep dive into more phone calls during our, what do you call it?
The wrap up.
The wrap up. But this one could work. We have a lot. I wish we would have been going through them more. We have a lot from Steve. We have a lot from Fear the Beard. Like, we can't get to them all because some of them are timed out,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But now we try to get to them throughout the season.
Yeah, sprinkle some in now. There's more coming in.
So here's a fun one for you from Denver Chris. We haven't heard from him in a while.
Good.
Good. He's yeah. We'll see what he has to say if he's on your good side or your bad
Okay,
side.
we'll
today.
see.
Don't play my fucking voicemail, bitch. I don't give a fuck.
So angry.
But the reason for the call today, Dylan Raiola, the undefeated, defending 2024
Defending what?
number one recruit in the country, has committed to the University of Georgia.
I don't understand.
And we flipped him from Ohio State, so you're welcome, Michigan. We can be friends again. Later on, folks.
So, yeah, I was wondering that too. Like, does he mean that Georgia is undefeated, or is this kid undefeated?
Dominic Raiola himself is the
Yeah,
defending
isn't that
number one
Dominic?
recruit.
Is it Dominic Raiola?
It's
Like-
his son, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, that's good.
Not for us. I mean, it's good that the Ohio State no longer has him. Yeah, it's because right now they have 3 5-star quarterbacks competing for the starting job. 2 of them are Heisman contenders already. So good there's not another one in the pipeline, but I feel like Georgia needs another one.
Sure. Yeah, whatever. So yeah, that's Denver Chris, who likes the team, who lives 2,000 miles away from.
What a dickhead. You know what? We'll be totally fine and friendly all football season. Hopefully we'll be meeting up one more time in a tournament here.
On January 10th.
See us at Burger King. In case you don't know, that's where we celebrate this city is. Which might be abandoned now because they've been shutting down all the Burger Kings. I think that
Really?
one's still technically open, but
Burger King by me is still open.
the two Livonia ones on Plymouth are boarded up. Both of them are fucking horrendous.
Both of them on Plymouth.
Yeah, the one by the Chin Tiki Chinese restaurant, and then one down past Farmington.
I can't even picture that one. I mean, obviously the one by your mom's house has been closed for fucking 20 years. The one with the ball pit.
Oh, yeah, that's a hookah lounge now.
Yeah, that's long gone. The one by me is still good. Well, it's not good. It's still there. Then there's the one on 7 in Middle Belt and the one on 5 in Middle Belt. It's crazy. Fucking, did we? Yeah, we've argued about this, right?
Yeah.
The one on 7 in Middle Belt, how I got real mad at Nick.
Yeah, he told this.
Fucking asshole.
You have your light on, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I'm fiddling.
Taking pictures of Fatu's ass over there.
Fiddling with my phone. Yeah, motherfucker, I said it's on the corner. It's like 10 feet off the corner. He's like, I don't see it. There's 2 giant fucking signs. Just because the building isn't literally on the fucking corner. I have another funny story, by the way, that we'll banter about. Just because it's not right on the corner, there's like a building, and then it's there. And it's got 2 entrances on both sides, and the big fucking sign.
He told me, he's like, yeah, Pete told me it's the corner. It's like halfway down the street.
Halfway down the street.
I love both of you bitching to me about each other at the same time.
What a motherfucker. He doesn't listen to this, right?
I don't think so. I think he started to, maybe. I don't know.
I was already fucking mad that day because I had to deal with my mom. And he's like, I don't see it on the corner.
Well, you know.
Anyways, I have another fun story that I don't tell often enough. My wife and I were at a Christmas party, my buddy Sean's house. You know, Sean, we've like watched pay-per-views or whatever with. We were at a table with my friend Brad, who we went to high school with. Some drunk girl came talking to us. I wish I knew who she was. My buddy Brad was talking about how he lives in Livonia on a corner lot.
Yeah.
And like how he has multiple neighbors who can like see in, you know, because you have like a weird lawn.
Yeah, it's
like,
kind of opened up. You can see.
And she goes, I don't understand. And he said, you know, I live in a corner lot, so like I have this lady over here and they can like see. So no matter where I put it, like I think it was like his garbage. It was like unsightly. Yeah. Because like no matter where you put it, you got a neighbor. And she's like, what do you mean like on a corner? And he goes, yeah, like he's like this with his hands. He's like, you know, I have a corner lot. And she's like, huh? And he goes, it's where 2 fucking streets intersect. I'm like, oh my God. Oh, so funny. He's so fucking angry. He is an angry man. Angrier
than you?
I'm not angry at all.
You just got heated again reliving your Burger King incident.
Well, because that's an issue. But yeah, it was just, God, it was so funny that she didn't know what a corner lot was.
Drunk girl at the party from SNL. You ever see that skit? Or not a skit, it's a reoccurring character on Weekend Update.
Is it from before or after 1994?
It's from like 4 years ago.
Oh, God, then no. Definitely not. Why would I have seen that?
That was always a funny character.
All right. Well, if you say so. All right. So I'm going to show this to you.
Yeah.
This is a corner. We'll put this on the fucking Instagram. This is 7 in Middle Belt. Yeah. This is the corner. Are you telling me that you wouldn't say that Burger King is on the corner?
I don't know. That Cricket Wireless looks pretty big, and it's kind of set back. It's not right on 7 Mile. It's a little
so by this map, Inkster would be right here. By this map, your house would be right here.
That Arby's is more of a corner lot than the Burger King, I think.
What are you fucking talking about? Now you're just being a dickhead. Remember that Toys R Us that used to be over here?
Yeah. That was a draft figure chasing days going to that one.
Yeah, that was a good one. Motherfucker.
Isn't that abandoned CVS? Gangrel spit the blood on me.
That is no longer. So that was in Livonia Mall.
Yeah, that was right there though. The other side.
Yes, it's across the street from that. There was the mall, and then there was like the Secretary of State and a CVS.
Yeah.
And then they abandoned all of that. And yeah, that's where Gangrel spit his blood on your velour jumpsuit.
Nice baby blue Outcast of Velour jumpsuit. Fake blood all over it.
Same show where they had the 10 bell salute.
Yeah. Same show that the 10 was going to happen. Same show that one smelly guy scared away Jim the Anvil when Steve Trey get his poster signed. There's a ton of good stuff that happened at that show.
Smelly guy. Joey Bag of Donuts.
Joey Bag of Donuts, rest in peace. I don't know if he's dead, but I'm sure he is.
I haven't seen him in forever.
No. He looked bad back then. Come on.
It's funny how many people, now we're just talking random fucking shit, but I mean, Juggalo people, kind of interested, I think, or our friends probably have been to the same shows.
Yeah.
I went to an indie show recently, Clash, and yeah, there's people who I've seen for 20 years.
Yeah, you see the same faces.
The same old guy who I've never heard talk until the other day is there. And he
went the glasses?
No, I don't know how to explain him. He's got some kind of accent, like Eastern European.
Yeah.
He's worn a mask for like a long time. This is like the first time I've seen him without the mask since COVID. But he's just kind of old, like slunched over, hunched and slouched, slunched. But yeah, I saw him there. It's just the same people.
Just like the Juggalo shows. You see the same
really
like 20,
is.
30 people at all these shows.
That always makes me think, do people think that of us?
Oh, have to, right? Other people in their circles, but like there's those two assholes you always see.
But most normal people would make friends with those people. We don't, because I'm not social. And I'm afraid
most normal people, but I don't do it.
I think most normal people be like, hey, I've seen you for 20 years. Like,
everyone just knows Reggie.
That's true.
He's the weave that ties all those people together.
There's a guy who I used to see at every Ring of Honor show that I was at, and I swear it's Detroit, Dayton. I saw him in fucking Philly, and I'm like, what's your deal?
Yeah.
But I was the same dickhead, so I guess he could be saying that about me.
Remember the neon tracksuit couple that used to be at front row at all the shows locally? No.
Yeah. And that's Midwest,
That
right?
was just, local. I think it was just like Michigan, maybe Ohio.
I thought there were more than that.
Yeah.
Now, what's the thing with the guy with the fucking
green smiley face shirt
yeah.
guy? Yeah.
He was in Puerto Rico.
He annoys the piss out of me.
Same seats every time.
Yeah, that's what I'm curious is how these people get the exact same seat. Like,
so they just talked about that on Iron on Wrestling.
Yeah.
Except, fucking shocking. Greg's audio was all fucked up on that episode.
Shocking.
So I couldn't listen to it. I'm like, I can't. I'm out. But I think he fixed it, but it's for whatever reason I couldn't.
You need to find out though, because it always drives me nuts. I'm like, I get like that's your entire life is going to these wrestling shows, so yeah, you can make it work money wise. Just how do you get that exact same seat in every fucking building? Like,
yeah,
you have to
gotta
have some sort of connection to do that.
Yeah, the whole episode was about them, Vlad.
Yeah,
and then just
Howard Stern guy.
Exactly, like all just the names of people who. Someone said that Vlad was Vince's gym guy.
Oh, really? He did look kind of jacked.
Yeah. And then, there was a whole bunch of... There were, like, other people that they were naming. I'm like, this must be a new era.
Bowl Cut Kid. Do you remember him?
That's what they were saying. I had no idea who that was.
He was, like, 97, 98 era.
No clue.
He wouldn't be at all of them, but you'd see him enough to you'd recognize that kid.
I'm more of a fan of the guy who had his buddy in the torture rack.
Luger won the title.
He's just in the background. Just,
Hawaiian shirt guy. He's like popping up again. I think he was like an AEW front row from
really?
ECW. The straw hat and the Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah.
That guy.
What about Green Lantern guy?
I forgot about that guy, yeah.
What a fucking dickhead. You know
Talk about dickhead's Brock Lesnar guy.
Yeah, I don't know who that is either.
Oh, really?
I don't think so.
He was the one who did like the Brock Lesnar pose they always would show. And,
no, I have no idea.
Yeah, he's a dickhead.
You know, that's funny. We'll get off this in 2 seconds. Who I saw in LA during WrestleMania, I don't know if you would know him. I don't even know how to explain him. He was at the show that we went to, that AAW show.
Yeah.
He had like a giant bag of gimmicks, and he was at every TPI. He was at all those indie shows, and he's super loud. He'd always yell for like Claudio or someone like
yeah, maybe I can't remember.
Bald guy, like. And I saw him at GCW, and I'm like, holy fuck, I haven't seen you in like 15 years. So he's back.
He's back.
Yeah.
Good to see.
I don't know. No one recognizes me. No one says, "Hey, you're the dickhead." But we don't do stupid shit. We don't wear a Green Lantern shirt and have Eddie Kingston threaten to fucking murder our families.
Murder our family.
He said something funny to that guy. Brendan would remember. I'm sure he'll text us and remind us. Anyways, now that we've talked for 20 minutes about indie wrestling and sports and not Juggalo stuff at all.
Yeah, what are we here for? Hatchet execution.
Yeah, I still have the same wrong fucking thing up on my screen, so that could be a problem. While we're here, do we want to tie up the season a little with our YouTube history?
Oh, yeah.
We'll go through this real quick. We don't have too much. As a reminder, we share a YouTube account, and us and some of our family members use it. And then we go back and look to see what's all there. First up, Sopranos, but it's also Full House.
Yeah. You showed me this one. Phenomenal.
Yeah.
So well done. All the clips are perfectly aligned.
It also has popped up on TikTok. I think I saw it twice.
Oh, really?
And Denver Chris sent it to me. I'm like, already on it. Literally about to talk about it in 20 minutes. MJF forces a man to eat a pickle.
That was sent to us by a loyal listener, I believe.
Who we still don't know who you are. We love you, but we
Dick
don't know who
Murdoch
you are.
guy will call you, or Gal. I don't know.
We call you Pickle Man. Oh, that's another thing we got to talk about. I need to start making notes. What was the
Pickles?
other thing? Yes. What was the other thing I told you to remind me about?
Oh, fuck. I don't remember.
All right. Well, we'll rewind the tape. Beep.
Beep.
I just fucked up our whole spreadsheet. Sorry about that. There we go. Blaze It at Homie, blah, blah, blah. Twisted, A Place in the Woods music video.
That accidentally started after watching the Blaze.
The hidden track.
Yeah.
I like that you pulled up hidden track.
Because they didn't have it. They had it separated down there. I didn't want to. I got rid of my CD player because it was all fucked up. I got a different one.
Rid of it. And did you ever even play it?
Yeah, and then it got jammed. I had to rip it open again. So I didn't trust it.
Sucks.
I think I could play it actually on the Blu-ray player, but they're not connected to the speakers. I got to get the speakers connected.
Liquid Friend by Twisted.
That accidentally popped up, but I listened to it because it's a jam.
I was gifted a Psychopathic Records collection.
Yeah, that's Juggalo Collectibles. Follow them on Instagram. Someone sent them their old collection or whatever.
Yeah, that's crazy. I thought I saw a second one by theirs. I thought I purchased a Psychopathic Records collection. But this one's gifted.
Yeah, I thought someone sent it.
Yeah, I'm saying there may be more than one. So, God, they got a shit ton of views. So go check them out. ICP's Pizza Party, Part 1 and 2 from their Patreon days.
Yeah, I did not watch those.
Yeah, I think there's a Part 3, but I couldn't find it on YouTube. I was talking to a friend about this because speaking of how Jay is in recent interviews, I was comparing to how he was at the pizza party where he was late because he couldn't find his keys because they were in the rental car that was in his driveway.
He seems to be doing better now. He looked healthier. Sounds better.
The funniest part of that I remember is that he couldn't find his keys, so he called his ex, and she was like at a party or a club, and he's like fucking screaming at her, and it's like, why do you ruin her day? And when you literally
this is all on the show.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So, God, those were all so good. Again, we say that all the time. Like, when they hit home runs, they hit home runs.
Yeah.
The Patreon era, the COVID era for them was phenomenal.
Yeah. I mean, they're tailor-built for that, to just be funny on camera.
9 out of 10 of those were great, right?
Yeah.
I've seen 1 or 2 bad ones. And I didn't even watch all of them. I didn't watch all the fucking jam exams.
Those are the best, too.
Yeah, and I didn't see any of them. MC Breed, all his entire CD from Psychopathic.
That's if we discussed the Discord that we're on. That's someone mentioned on the Discord. I totally forgot that Breed had a Psychopathic affiliated album, so I had to check that out.
When Rude Boy had UMZ records, and then Zug was on Axe and Smash.
Yeah, Axe and Smash is great.
I always wanted that shirt too.
Oh, they had a shirt for that one?
Yeah, it was just like a crew shirt, but it was just the logo.
That's sweet.
So MC Breed, rest in peace.
It was good. That's straight up just normal Detroit hip hop from that era.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that, right? Michigan State versus number 4 Michigan highlights. That's all you. Remote control car fix, Mario Kart 8. I literally saw this pop up as you were watching it.
Yeah, my son's collection, I was replacing all the batteries on his remote controls, and that one wasn't working. And I had to figure it out. It was just a little corroded battery. I had to clean off a little Q-tip alcohol. Got it off there. It's running all right.
Sure you had enough alcohol on hand.
Rubbing alcohol, man. Those things fucking drain batteries, though. 6 AA is gone in a half hour on that thing.
I'm surprised you don't invest in like the rechargeable, or those just
Yeah, I don't know.
shittier.
Those even like, I feel like those never work.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Taz promos from ECW.
All good.
He goes off on a heckler. He punks out a fan. Yeah, I couldn't find the ones I was looking for, but
When he calls Ric Flair an old bitch.
I couldn't like those. I couldn't find. The 2 promos with Raven and Chastity and Canyon and Sandman from WCW. I think I was talking to Pittsburgh Steve about those, and I sent them to him.
I feel like we always bring it up to someone and they never know what we're referencing. And
I love those. They were so fucking good. When he takes Canyon to the bank,
yeah,
and they're
what
like,
a mark.
Yeah, they're like, here you go, like Mr. Levy, and he just has like all the, just like you like him, like
just
all,
like you like him.
It's so good. Then they go to the mall.
Yeah. It's Versace, you dork.
Yeah.
He gets all mad at him.
That shit was so good. Live a la Zulu, the Tuesday Night Terror.
Yeah, it was me watching him feed Joey Black a tarantula, fucking drooling all over his beard and shit.
Disgusting. Cool and tasty Nutella ideas.
This is when I was homesick from school puking. And we let him get on YouTube, and I didn't realize it was connected to the Juggalo Rewind one.
It's also funny that, like, it looks like it's like slime. It's not eating it. It's like
Making
doing stuff
with them.
Yeah. The next one is Evil Doctor Killing Me by Roblox.
Yeah, I don't know what I know. Roblox is something the kids play or whatever. I don't know, but that sounds like something you shouldn't be watching.
How to sneak candy in class and edible DIY school supplies.
Yeah, now I need to go through his backpack. See, he's got hidden candy. What is?
Yeah, it looks like they're putting in Elmer's glue. How to draw a corgi.
Yeah, that's actually something they use in school. How to draw. You drew a pretty solid looking frog off that. And he was saying there was a corgi one he was watching.
Yeah, this one looks like maybe you've got another artist in your family here. Let's get him drawn.
Don't get a degree in it.
60 minutes of animals who love their moms. Lots of kittens.
Nothing wrong with that when you're sick at home, I guess.
Another kitten video after that. And then I think we're back to it. So not too many, but there's some fun stuff in there. It looked like a lot because it's like an entire breed CD and then an hour of Taz promos.
Nothing good like a few weeks back when I had the Indiana Hell House or whatever I was watching.
Yeah.
I need to go down a rabbit hole weird shit again.
Yeah, it's funny when you have like trailers. There's always like things in groups. You know what I mean? So
sometimes Cousin Aaron will send me like a Nephilim giant or ancient aliens thing, and you go down a little rabbit hole with that.
So that's what we've been watching on the YouTube. You should be watching us on YouTube, by the way.
Here.
Don't forget. I think that's about it for nonsense. You ready to jump right into?
Yeah, I mean, we got a quick one here. There's not a lot of moving parts on this, so we should be fine.
Yeah, we've wasted a lot of time. We probably shouldn't have. We should get moving here. Like we said, this is track number 15, Hatchet Execution, off of One Less G in the Hood. And I will get my notebook as we talk about this. Producer on Hatchet Execution.
Technically, this is a Mike P production, but really, it's a Dr. Dre production. If we go by, we've had this debate a few times. Like when we say producer, we're talking about like who made the beat, and this really is just a lifted beat from the first Above the Law album, from the track. Which one is it?
Something Execution. Right?
Another Execution, which that album was produced by Dr. Dre. So as we get to the next little bullet here. not found on the deluxe. Obviously not, because they're not just going to put a Dr. Dre track out there again.
I was just assuming that's the reason why.
Oh, it has to be, yeah. Copyright issues, because Mike P definitely cleaned it up. I don't know if he redid any of it. I don't think the book says any instruments played by.
Yeah, I can look real quick.
But yeah, if anything, he kind of bumped up the sound. It's a little louder. But that could just be also what version of that Above the Law I'm listening to. You know, I don't have the original copy at hand.
The original copy. It sounds different on vinyl. Yeah, and is that one of those, do you think they just... How do they lift that? Do you think back in the day they had like an instrumental? Or do you think he...
I mean, if it was a single, for sure you'd have the instrumental on a B-side, but I don't know if they have an easy way of... I think you could do that with programming equipment. You could just turn down the audio. Because I half-ass do it on, like, Adobe.
Yeah, but it's shitty. It sounds like
but I mean, if you got professional...
If
you got professional equipment, if you're a professional producer like Mike Peasy Weezy is, I'm sure you could easily do it. If you want to go through the samples on the original Above the Law version.
Yeah, no, you're big on this. You lose me on these, so this is your...
The only one I really know is the Funkadelics Good Old Music, Funkadelics sample. There's also a Lynn Collins sample and Night Lighters, which I don't know, track Afro Strut. But those are the 3 tracks pulled together from Dr. Dre on this case, you know, it's the Above the Law season. Yeah,
I'm trying. I guess it would have to go back and look, and if I can find them on Spotify, I'll toss them on our playlist. But as I punch the microphone. But I don't even know where there would be samples. Just like the.
You really just kind of bits and pieces like the bow, bow, like that's definitely something like.
It's just funny that it's all brought together.
Yeah.
When Dre does it, he's a genius, but when someone else does it, it's stealing.
I mean, I love the old sampling era.
All right. Well, if we can find those, if they're on Spotify, don't forget to find us on Spotify. Either to listen or find our fun nonsense.
Yeah, our profile full of playlists. We haven't brought that up in a while.
Yeah. Go find that and give us a listen and a follow.
Yeah.
And a like.
I haven't been updating. I used to do the weekly Friday new releases. I haven't done that in a while. I got to get back on that.
Because new music is terrible.
There's tons of great stuff.
I haven't heard one thing.
Boy Genius album of the year already, I'd say.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Tons of good shit. Missing out.
Yeah, I'm just stuck in 1993.
Listen to butt rock and shit.
All right. Did we say time on this track? No. Technically, the track, I think, is 22 minutes and 16 seconds long.
22 minutes.
The actual, the CD track is 22:16. I believe this song is 6 minutes and 31 seconds.
Yeah.
That's from my notes when we did this a million years ago. As we said, track number 15 on the regular version, not on the deluxe. It is cut from the deluxe, so it's not on any streaming or anything like that.
Lost to time.
It's all gone. Yeah, that's maybe people don't realize about this song. That's a whole nother thing.
I haven't listened to it forever until we got into this season. I'm like, fuck, I forgot this one's a banger.
It is. Spoiler alert. It features the entire Psychopathic family. Yep. We're talking ICP, Twisted, Blaze, ABK, and if we're calling this correctly, the first appearance of Sin.
Yeah, I think so. I believe this is the first time he made an appearance on anything.
So this is October of 21. The October of 01.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's before Forgotten Freshness 3, right? He's on tracks on there.
Man, that's a good call. Look up when that came out. So I'm trying to think. Obviously, Zug played at Blaze's release party.
Yeah.
And
that was their second, I think, appearance because they had that.
The first one was the show at St. Andrews.
Yeah.
But were they on anything else?
Forgotten Freshness 3 was December of 01.
01? And that's like Fly was on there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this could be the first recorded thing by Sin.
Fly was... Oh, no. Run was on the Pendulum comic. He's not on Run, though.
No. I think you're thinking of something different.
Yeah. Yeah, so I believe this is the first Sin appearance.
I've had a sneeze for like 2 hours. I
In the
can't
Juggalo
believe it
world.
finally came out. All right. So Sin, G Money, as we like to call him. First appearance, but not the last. Hopefully also not the last by us on the Juggalo Rewind.
Yeah.
Because I like him.
I like that Sin.
And then we also have a feature by Florida Joe, which I call a little shenanigans.
Why? Because it's an intro?
No, because I don't know if it's exactly Florida Joe. It could be.
He says Florida Joe.
He does?
Yeah, in the intro he says that. Florida Joe.
Okay. So yeah, we have a lot going on.
Yeah, we don't have it
here.
annotated here to read off Florida Joe's little intro.
Yeah, that's what I hear. I don't hear him say, "Hey, buddy, killer."
It sounds like a droid from fucking Star Wars.
He does not say Blaze. He just says anybody killer, right?
No, he says,
I fucked up. Anybody killer. That's all I hear.
I think he says Blaze.
I,
That's where he goes, it's Florida Joe.
It's funny, on here I have 511, but on our original notes I have 631. It's a long ass song, regardless. So, this is what we call a posse cut.
Yeah.
What people call in the business. So, although maybe not technically.
Lotus song?
I knew that was coming. Well, from what I read, a posse cut's definition is 4 or more artists.
Yeah.
But they have to be on different labels. They can't be on the same crew. So, like, I don't. They were saying Wu-Tang is not a posse.
No,
cut
that's an actual group.
Yeah, but you have to have someone from like another group in the group. And then they're like, the idea is that they're trying to one up each other, like who's got the best verse.
Well, ABK technically is not on the label yet, so
I guess you could. Okay.
Florida Joe's not an official member of the label.
Florida Joe also doesn't have a verse. So it's a loosely called posse cut, but
yeah,
we'll see. We'll see where it takes us. Speaking of posses, verse number 1, Shaggy Tudo.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that the last couple episodes we've literally read the entire song? Where we like didn't do that before, but now we definitely do.
He's coming off of some of my favorite stuff here, a little Southwest Del Rey action.
His verse is kind of sweet for like not being quick. Mm-hmm. It's one of his better verses of the era, but it's so him, right?
His era, I feel, is forgettable. Is maybe the word. He wasn't on his game at the time, but this one, stands out. His voice is like fucking heavy on this, I feel like.
I represent Southwest. Del Rey Jefferson. It's funny he's just naming stuff, not like corners, just randomness. This line, I think, is wrong. It's got to be wrong. Festival riding, what is it?
It sounds like that's what he says, though. We ride with the Mexicans.
It's something. Well, because obviously, not obviously, people don't know. Southwest Detroit has a very heavy Mexican influence. So, but I don't know what the fuck he's saying.
I mean, that line makes me think of, even in, we're talking about Forgotten Freshness, where he's like, Mexican festival. Well, they say a few times talk about going to like the Mexican festivals in Del Rey and like the cars. So that's all I'm thinking about is, I don't know exactly how he says it there. But yeah, I'm thinking of just like all the lowriders and shit. 'Cause they've referenced that numerous times about going to the festivals and all the fresh ass cars.
Me and Violent J, we murder heroin addicts with every different saw, screwdriver, and automatics. So he's going straight from representing Southwest to now
killing poor murdering addicts for no reason.
Sorry, every heroin addict that's in Clark Park.
I love the killing anybody. I'm like anybody killer.
I'm stomping through your city like a little Godzilla. Me and Rex always love that line. I cut your dick and balls off and make you eat them, then choke your ass to death so you won't even need them.
Well, at least he's, if you're cutting the dick and balls off, he'll kill you at least. Then you don't have to worry about not having any parts down there anymore.
Yeah, he's doing you a favor.
He just calls him a punk bitch at the end.
Well, I mean, you got to, right? So, quick little verse. All these are quickies. Anybody killer.
Yeah.
ABK, as we call them, coming in. You ever felt like you're a freak in the night?
Freaks come out at night. That's a good one. Freaks come out at night.
Outcasted to the shadows because you don't look right.
He's leaning into the Juggalo anti.
Yes.
He's like, hey guys, by the way, I'm not on the label, but I'm on the crew.
Yeah, I'm an outcast. Like, don't forget about me.
I'm a Juggalo. I need my charm. I need to be on the crew here.
Shaggy's just talking.
man.
Shaggy's just talking about killing people. He's talking about let's see, hypnotized by the eyes from the average motherfucker. Chrome to his dome. If he cries, he's a buster. So he's, I don't know, trying to shoot people and tell them like if they're crying, then
he's a buster. What about if you piss yourself Stone Cold Vince McMahon style? Is he still a buster if he pees his pants?
Probably, but at least he didn't cry. There's certain rituals for being ghetto gifted. Keep your ass underground where it's dark. Go ballistic. So he's talking underground. I'm representing all the crazy juggalos with a hatchet in their hand, smoking blunts after shows.
Back-to-back tracks where he's talking about juggalos and hatchets. He's trying to get signed hard.
He is. He's like, don't forget, I also smoke weed. So if you see me, don't forget. Find me. Violent J.
Yeah.
Kind of a sweet verse. He talking about not rapping.
Yeah.
Like, he is just straight speaking. But God, this is kind of sweet. As much as we shit talk, shit talk.
Why do you hate ICP?
There's already a part where I think I'm going to drop that in this episode. Don't worry. I could almost like recite this without looking at it.
And he, to his credit, putting over the star. Everyone else is just spitting their own shit, and he's there to put over Blaze. So I think you owe the Visor an apology.
Shaggy putting over anybody killer.
It's true. Look, they're both rubbing the two boys. They're both rubbing the two boys, is what I just said.
Don't think I didn't hear that. Think about it. You got to give it up to Blaze.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy is fucking dead in 47 different ways. Leave his... I was trying to see if I could do the whole thing. Yet he's leaving heaven hanging and chilling with his boys. At least until they get his room ready in the nether void.
The nether void.
I mean, that's sweet. It's funny that he's dead in 47 different ways. Yeah, and he's waiting. He's between heaven and hell. Oh no, I'm getting an email from work from that guy. Oh, I thought it was... Usually when I get an email from him, that means there's an incident report. So that's why I had to look at that. For now, he hits the joint until there ain't none left. Which ain't bad for a guy, supposedly, a dead guy, supposedly with no breath. Death ain't scary. Look at Blaze. He's straight.
There you go. Maggot face reference.
Even with the maggots and all, he looks great.
Yeah.
So he's throwing in the maggot reference.
That was the, like I said, the whole season. I think that was the original Blaze gimmick. It's going to be more maggot heavy.
But now you got Jay.
Yeah, Jay plugging it.
It's like, oh, more maggot face. So yeah, good verse by Jay.
Yeah.
And then Jay's like, you know what? It's so fire that I'm going to do the hook.
Hey, he's got a good hook voice. He's had a few on this album, and I think he handles himself well in the hook. A guy we joke about not being a good singer, but he always has a solid hook.
So, yes, I'm with you. I know where you're coming from, but I don't think he does this hook.
You think it's all sin?
No. So, okay, he says, I think Jay says, I take out my hatchet and quickly start axing. I go Juggalo,
he says
like a
those.
crazy assassin. Twisted in the posse. I don't think he says we say nothing confusing. Why? I think it's Monoxide. That's not Jay.
Yeah, that sounds like Monoxide, yeah.
But then it's Sin that says it's a psychopathic execution. Or Hatchet execution.
I think Jay said we say nothing confusing. But yeah, Monoxide comes in at the end.
If it's not, it's everyone saying that.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's a multitude of voices.
This part though, I was thinking, I'm like, was this hook? Because I remember Blaze on his little interview he had a while back.
Oh, the one that you don't remember?
Whoever it was from, no.
I think no credit given. Fuck you.
It was Replicon, I believe. Shout out to Replicon, Mr. Green.
Hell yeah,
our homie.
Mr. Green. Doesn't listen.
He says that he like at the end needed a crew one. Like, oh, we have one we could use or whatever. I can't remember, but I'm like, was this originally something else? Because when he says Twisted in the Posse, like you're just leaving out the guy who the album is. Like it sounds like this was like originally for something else.
That's a good call. Like I think I started to go down that road, but then we were sidetracked. Yeah.
I mean, if it was Jay completely redid his verse, but maybe the other ones weren't, because so far Shaggy, has nothing to do with Blaze and like this song. ABK's would have been added because it's. But I'm saying if it was just a Twisted ICP track originally, Shaggy's right now, that's fine because it doesn't make any sense for Blaze.
Yeah, but
She's just a guy.
But he also brings up ABK.
Oh, true. Yeah, so never mind. Just the hook then. Does it really?
That could just be I don't know. I guess you don't have to be on the song to be referenced.
True.
You know what I mean? Like now I'm thinking, what's the song on the Wraith where Jay says like ninjas in my backyard wearing anybody killer paint? Like he's not there, but like it could just be anybody. But you're right. It's
just the hook kind of seems weird to say Twisted in the Posse, especially when you have every single person thrown into this one.
Yeah, that's strange. Unless he's saying like, I know this is not right. If he's insinuating like Blaze is the assassin, you know what I mean? Like, hey, this is someone crazy and they're with Twisted in the Posse, but he's not.
Yeah,
that's not.
Doesn't fit.
I don't know. But you're right. That's a weird disconnect that I had in my head, but I didn't like express correctly. Also, when do they call them the Posse? Has that ever been a thing?
Posse on Broadway. Werner, not Broadway.
Posse.
Broadway's the original.
Yeah,
Werner's theirs.
But they changed it. Posse on Werner and Posse on...
They had another one after it?
Yeah, but it's the same song, but they changed the name of it.
Oh, really?
I thought so. Maybe they did. No, they did do Broadway.
They did a cover of the...
Yeah, but then I think they changed it to Werner.
One?
I think. I swear they have the same song with two different names.
Yeah. They might have had that on the... What's that bonus collection of covers? That might have been there.
No. You mean on the Murdered...
Yeah.
No, it was on...
Covers?
The first one was on Take a Bite Out of Rhyme.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So that's why that's the Broadway one.
But then the Posse's on Werner was on like...
Forgotten Freshness.
3,
yeah.
right? I think so.
I think it's the exact same song. They just have the Broadway on the Take a Bite Out of Rhyme.
Yeah.
I think, unless it's a cover, but I don't think it was.
Yeah, what's my name?
This isn't a Broadway, or this isn't a Take a Bite Out of Rhyme season.
Shout out to them talking about Mr. Meaner in that song. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
So, that's sad. I'm sure we'll talk about that song eventually.
I love Forgot Freshest 3.
That is a good one. All right, verse number 4. We're getting 3 and 3 here. Monoxide. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. I know we say that all the time, but I really don't know what he's talking about.
This is just spitting rhymes, talking shit. That's what I feel.
Throw it up, y'all. Let me see your set shine.
He sounds cool. I like his cadence.
He's looking for this paper and getting back to the grinding. On the east side, we ride and drive by. So he's not talking about the group. He's talking about driving by.
I think it's double. Double meaning there.
If you say so.
Because drive-by wasn't originally going to... Or no, East was drive-by originally all of them, and then it became just Blaze and ABK. I think it all comes convoluted.
That does. And if you're acting live, kiss your mama and wave her bye-bye. So if you get lippy with someone, you better say goodbye to your mother, because he's going to...
Shooting in crowds and head busting. That doesn't age well.
No. I lay them all down, shooting in crowds and head busting. Have your people cussing. He shot that motherfucker for nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
just shit. I mean, it sounds cool, a little shit talking thing, but yeah, nothing's really there. A little drive-by reference, maybe.
Blaze. Fucking sweet verse, like just his cadence and his voice, his graveliness. Can we say this? Are we allowed to?
I mean, they shouldn't be saying that word anymore.
We shouldn't be. So Blaze drops a reference that people still use, but you probably shouldn't be.
Yeah.
But he's a dead body walking.
Also, when he says it, there's a little like noise in the background.
Yeah, I rewound that multiple times to see if that's what it was.
Which, going back when I was saying that it wasn't what they're referencing on, you can't hurt me now.
So now you're back.
Well, no, I still say they're cutting off someone's tongue. He's just like, but yeah, there's definitely almost the same sound when it does the.
Yep, no, I was right. You were wrong. And I'm down to bust shots at cops on the daily. Still claiming East Side, but sides ain't shit because we all got love for the capitalized.
That's not
Hatchet.
capitalized on here, so you should fix that annotation.
I did capitalize on my notes there. I got a little problem acting a fool. I got a little problem with acting a fool. I get violent like Jay, and then I spray it.
I like we get double, so we had ABK reference, killing anybody like anybody killing, now getting violent like Jay. That's fun.
Unfadable, real G's never going out. So I died. Now I'm back, and I blast.
And ow, that's that part always hits me. And now, right into the what do we call it? The everlasting Juggalo line. This is it right here. Rockin'
so?
Ryan Hennessy. I feel like I always reference Rockin' Ryan Hennessy. I should have made some for this. Maybe for the wrap up.
There's another song that I thought he talks about that too. But
I think he does say it again.
But yeah, Jamie coming with the Rockin' Ryan Hennessy, Dirty Sex in Alleyways. Chilling with the heads. I'm assuming he means chicken heads.
Yeah.
Drug dealers and the runaways. Jesus. Killa, put your gun away. Don't make me take your life.
His flow is lights out on this one too.
Type of motherfucker bring an axe to a gunfight.
That's not a good idea.
No.
Maybe he's got the fucking ninja tactics. So I mean, he has Magic Ninja Entertainment, so he must have some ninja skills of block the fucking bullets with his axe.
Are you done? Represent the family.
Yeah.
Is the family capitalized?
Ooh, I think so. I think it should be, right?
What do you think about that? Represent the family with the utmost pride, and we run in with a hatchet, motherfucker, do or die.
Die, motherfucker. No, die, motherfucker.
That's kind of sweet, like how he loops those two lines right in. And I'm screaming when they go and 187 on a motherfucking Juggalo.
Juggo, that's the word you don't hear anymore. Now they call them Juffs, Juggalo was the old school one.
It was. Didn't it come up? It was either on this CD or it was somewhere else we talked about it. We're like, wow, is that like the first reference of it? So
yeah, hard to remember where that was brought up previously.
It had to be Lotus?
Or probably Most Tasteless reissue.
Maybe, but that's years before this.
Oh, it is, because claiming you down, a motherfucker used a Juggalo.
Good job.
Yeah, see, it's all...
Be explained in your head.
A little, not probably on purpose, but 187, a little Cole 187 from Above the Law. I know it's now he's referencing, but it's a nice little
Homicide 187. Now that I think I looked into it, when I said before the times, I think that is 511.
Before he starts doing his little...
Yeah, the outro, I think, turns it into 631.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if we need to read this, but we can just name off the names real quick.
Oh, yeah, there's a ton of old school, lore, just names that back in the day you'd be looking looking up.
Oh, that's what I remembered. While you're a little late to crack open a new course, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. This, from Pittsburgh Steve, sent me a picture.
Oh, Pickles?
Yeah. Him, Monoxide, Jamie Madrox. That is Pickles.
Looks like Blaze.
Come on now.
Well, we have to post that to the Instagram.
Yeah. I didn't ask him if we could. I just figured
get that confirmation so we can.
Okay.
I'm sure he's fine with it.
Yeah.
It's our property now.
Yeah, if it hits my text, it's good to go.
Good call. I was going to text you that earlier, talking about Pickles.
So, yeah, now that I see him, yes.
You remember?
Not Matt Neps.
No.
I wish I remembered. There was something else I wanted to talk about. I totally don't remember what it was. All right, so...
Run through the list of names here.
Yeah, so Blaze comes out and says, this ain't the end of the shit. I've been waiting a long time for my album to drop. He's got a couple shouts out. Yeah. He's like... what he's really saying is, motherfucker who made my album booklet, there wasn't enough room for thanks, so I got to put it here because everything's fucking capitalized and convoluted. So now we do it here. And we'll just run through the names and see if anything rings a bell.
Yeah.
Alex Abbas.
Yeah, we know him.
He runs Psychopathic.
Yeah.
Billy Bill.
He runs Psychopathic now.
Steph is Stefan.
Yeah, Stefan.
So this is what I think. Dirk.
He says Steph Dirt. I think
that's what I think. Like because
motherfucker Steph Dirt.
Yeah, like that's wrong.
Dirk Nowinski maybe.
Probably. My homie Jump Steady.
Yeah.
It was Jay's brother. Partner Rude Boy.
Yeah. What up, Rude Boy?
Tom Dub.
Tom Dub.
Psychopathic Patrick.
This is the era of Psychopathic Patrick, where he's in the
so,
TPI.
I was just thinking, like, so ICP Blaze and Patrick went, and that was
01.
September or October, or maybe November of 01. So yeah, that's right in this time frame.
He has a great match with Cash Flow.
Does not have it. It's two. Back-to-back
nights. The first night, though, Cash Flow does a leg drop off the bleachers. It's crazy how far he jumps.
Well, he was a young man back then. Realize how long ago that was?
22 years. I look at what year it was.
Because you know, Cash Flow still had those the white Gary Paytons that like zipped up on the side.
Sweet.
Now we're getting a little deep in the weeds here. Jelly Nuts, he ran the website.
I was going to say, that was the website guy.
Pickles, his
crew.
Yeah, Twisted Crew. N Cubed.
That one I don't know.
Nerdy Nathan.
Oh, yeah, Nerdy Nate.
So there was two Nathans.
Yeah.
He was one of them.
Do you know what he was in the crew? Is just a dude they had hanging out with?
Is he not one of Jump Steady's boys that kind of came along?
Oh, and maybe the one that was doing the games with him.
Helped with Morton's List and stuff.
It makes sense with the name Nerdy Nathan.
Barry, no clue who Barry is. Matt Nips, who we just talked about. Now we're running to Steve, Jeremy, Matt, Eric, and Adam.
Those are all literally like the warehouse workers, I feel. Because even on Bazaar, when they have that guy in the studio, he's like, what up, Matt and Nathan and Jeff? Like, his name's
Steve. You're right. It is like the same.
Exact. Like, those are just like the workers in the warehouse, I feel.
There's another one where they talk about Steve, too. You're right. I don't know who the fuck
that new kid, Steve, he's got something up his sleeve.
Jeremy is Monoxide's brother.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking, why do I want to say the Weed Man? Is it
JD the Weed Man?
Yeah,
you're right.
If everyone else, I have no idea who they are. I could just be blanking. And then they turn down the music. Yeah. And it says, what the fuck you doing? You better turn the music back up. Nate the Mac.
Yeah, my homie from way back.
There's no way that Nate the Mac is
still around.
No,
yeah, it's weird at this point. Jay's like, hey, shout out these names too.
And so then he throws in Jay, Shaggy, Monoxide, Madrox, ABK. That one crazy motherfucker, Jeff.
Yeah.
Okay. No clue.
Tall Jez, that's a name from back.
Yeah, that's like an old name.
Do you know anything about like what his thing was?
I think he's the same deal. One of Jump Steady's boys, I think.
I'm visualizing like fucking just big goofy guy glasses or something. Like I'm curious what he looks like.
He's tall. Mike P, obviously producer of the CD.
Yeah.
Jay Dirty.
Missing the other producer on the shoutouts.
What?
We're missing the other producer on the shoutouts.
Oh. You mean Mikey Clark?
Yeah. The Gangsta Fun Band. Motherfucking Ray. No idea. Ray Moore?
No, he was. I know he's. You know what's funny? He looks just like our boy Mr. Green.
Oh, really?
He was just a street team kid who then parlayed himself into a job. I know. If I see him, I know exactly who he is. He looks like fucking Razor Ray.
Oh, yeah.
From like 30 years ago. Not now. Sin.
Yeah.
Yeah, my homie Sin. Now we start getting convoluted.
Yeah, motherfuckers in Dark Lows and Psychopath, like they're completely different. I guess Riders, they're different personas, yes. But Lotus, they're still the same people.
That goes back to, I think, Lotus is a different entity. They probably should have had different names.
Different names, yeah.
Big Baby Sweets, Sugar Bear, Stankin' Poot. So dumb now that you're doing Moon Glorious. And then within that, Southern Crumpet.
Yeah, because that's a real person. Well, I don't.
Was it
someone else?
What's my annotation?
Yeah, your annotation's good. I was laughing earlier.
Yeah, he's just some dickhead who started working for them, who like he was from Britain and he came.
I thought that was like a character. Like my thought was maybe it could have been still Jelly Nuts or someone else just playing this.
I think it was
character.
legitimate. I think he's the guy for Bizarre that does like one of the voices.
Really?
Not Radio Star.
Radio
F?
Stars, Legs Diamond. I thought.
Maybe it's F.
Yeah.
Where he like. If I like that.
He does something like crumpets, or he says something like English
Yeah,
thing.
it's like the British. Yeah.
I always assumed it was someone playing a character.
No, I'm pretty sure it's a real dude.
Yeah, like you go Southern Crumpet because he was born in England, lived in Florida, had a mix of British and Southern accents.
I must have pulled that from something. I think it was from his first, because he did a report like every week.
Yeah, the Bizarre tour updates. Those are always good reads.
Yeah.
That's why I again thought it was like Jay playing a character.
You just assume that they're lying and that they're gimmicked out. I mean,
there's as we went through 4 rows of fake characters they all play.
That's true. And then he starts naming off Crazy Bone from Bone Thugs and the 666 Mafia.
Lazy a few years later when he's on Green Book's like, hey, you didn't shout me out on your album, you dick.
Yeah, why just Crazy Bone?
Well, Crazy was on, didn't he go on tour with them or something?
Maybe.
Just Crazy.
And that's Psychopathic Till the Day We Die. And then I'm sorry, we should say, amongst all this, you have Sin in the background, like
still singing.
Yeah, like he's saying different. He's like, Adam,
Yeah.
Billy. It's so funny how he says, jump steady. He does it the whole way down, and then now towards the end, you have Jay, like
He's like, why are you yelling?
yeah, it's almost like. I don't know if they're trying to give this perception that like Blaze is in the booth and
Yeah.
Jay's like doing the board.
Yeah, trying to grab his, like when he's singing in the one skit, they can't get his
That's
attention.
so good. Grass. There's another Fritz appearance.
Oh yeah, on that.
Then he comes back and says he's got to say what's up to my motherfucking homies, the Juggalos, for bumping this shit right now. Yeah.
That goes out like a great celebration of this album. Like,
Yeah, it's like a big party.
yeah, fucking, he finally got the album and it's a big party. Then yeah, cool little outro right there.
And then a 9-minute skit.
So good though. It's fucking one of the best skits they ever did.
So
If not the best.
I don't have it written here in my notes, so I'm gonna have to go look at it.
Pull other genius.
Yeah. Which I was just looking at like yesterday. So very quickly, and I know that we can't do this quickly. Blaze is on tour.
Yeah, Bizarre tour, hanging out with Mars.
Good call. And Twisted calls him and pranks him in numerous fashion. So I guess we can just kind of go through each one, right? And
Gist of it.
yeah. So the first person they have call him is Alex,
Yeah.
right?
He plays it well. Like, doesn't break. He kind of laughs at one point, but like,
It's funny how he like, yeah, keeps him going. All right, so we're not gonna like read the whole thing,
No.
but I mean you can go and find it. But yeah, so classic lines of this. He is dead asleep.
yeah, I'm curious what time this is. Like, because I
Yeah.
imagine on the road they're probably up late anyways. But like, yeah, well, how fucking late are these guys in the studio calling him? He's all sleepy.
Or it's maybe it's super early in the morning and he's still traveling.
True.
When he says, "Hey dog, are you sleeping or something?" Wake the fuck up, we got big problems. It's so funny.
He sounds so sleepy. All right, what's up?
So Alex plays off a story that Mike P's buddy or apprentice, Huggy
Apprentice.
Bear, a guy named Huggy Bear, was in the studio and accidentally wiped all of Blaze's CD.
He had a crew. Not sure if he was the East Side Riders or something like that, which makes me think of the East Side Cheddar Boys from that time.
And they're talking about later on about how just the whole place was trashed,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. So he insinuates that Huggy Bear deleted all of Blaze's CD.
You know what's interesting? I didn't even think of this. He says he had Mike P and Mike Clark come in to salvage it. I'm like, Mike Clark not involved in the album at all. Like, funny that he's there.
Yeah, he's like the Pro Tools wizard. So this is what I find interesting in that. So we will read. He wiped all your shit. So we had Mike P and Mikey Clark. They came in and we've salvaged One Last G and Hood Rats.
Yeah, what was originally called One Last G? What track?
I don't know. Is that a track that we don't know?
I just feel like something was, or he just maybe even said it like screwing up.
Accidentally, yeah.
But yeah, I thought of that too. I'm like, I was wondering like, would Grave Ain't No Place or you like maybe there's another
What
intro
could that
originally.
be?
Yeah, because it's funny that he says One Last G.
And the song you did with Twisted and ICP. So that has to be Hatchet Execution.
You'd think, yeah.
Poor ABK.
He doesn't even get mentioned.
Then he says he's got the whole album shot. You got to come back and redo the whole thing. Then they talk about he has to show that so he can pull some songs off of there.
Other than that, you're assed out.
Great line. So then Blaze, without skipping a beat, just says, okay, well then you got to get a flight home. Is he thinking he's going to abandon the tour
Yeah,
to do this? Or like,
back.
are they on their way home already?
No, it sounded like he was just got to jump off the tour, give Mars a double set.
That sucks.
I like too, and Blaze just goes, "Oh shit, that's what's up."
Yeah, he's a company man. He knows.
Yeah, he takes it. I mean, he's half asleep probably. That's part of it. Yeah, he takes it pretty well.
I'd be so mad. Could you imagine recording something and then not having it recorded?
Yeah, you're mad about what was it? 10 minutes of lost.
Yeah, we've never done that before. I like that he's like, Huggy Bear says he's really, really sorry. And then Blaze said, I was going to kill that fat fuck.
That's where we got that he was a large man.
Yes. Asshole. So then that happens. They hang up.
The fucking bursting of laughter is good too. Makes me crack up.
Then they give him a minute. You don't know how long. It could be a minute. It could be the next day. Like, who knows how long. If they're really was just like knocking him out one after the other. So then Alex calls him right back and talks about how his car was towed from Mike P's house, which is great that he just parked his car at Mike P's house. So yeah,
he calls it. I don't know if it's in this point or later. He calls it the brown bomber. I'm like trying to visualize what his car looked like. I was thinking of it's like the same one Havoc '89. Oh, wearing a shirt with fucking Cactus and Abdullah pull up. That's what I'm visualizing it looking like.
That's highly possible. They're all rusted out, just shitty. I'll just let you know the overall bone. So yeah, he takes that like a champ too. And he just says, I guess I'm going to need a ride home from the office.
He sounds so sad. He says it's so good.
Wouldn't he have needed a ride home anyway? Because the car was at Mike P's house, so it's not at the studio.
And Abyss's response is so good. Yeah, I guess so. It doesn't like say, yeah, we'll get you a ride. Yeah, I guess so.
Way pre-Uber. He's like, yeah, someone will drive you. I'm going to need a ride home.
So he's going to fucking kill himself. Call him back.
So they keep going back and forth, thinking that they're going to call him again. Then, so the next person is, Jamie Madrox.
Yeah, Madrox calls now.
Just making sure that he's okay.
The studio's fucked up. There's beer on the carpet.
Talking about the car. Then he drops a great line. First you're dead, and now all this bullshit. Blaze has no idea what he's talking about. He's like, I said first you fucking die, now all this bullshit too. Yep.
Gives him a little Sopranos. Go fuck yourself and hangs up on him.
Unless they do that like to themselves all the time. Right. Like you would think he'd be catching on by now, but
with the first you're dead and all this shit. That's sort of like first giveaway.
Yeah. Then they hang up. Mike P calls him back. Tells him that his car got towed. He didn't realize that there was no license plate or tabs on it. Why would they break the window?
Yeah.
This is funny.
Broke their window and shit.
Glass. There's papers in the mailbox, and he gave them to Alex. So Alex is just going to take care. He's going to expense it.
I like that his license plate was expired, though. Yeah,
I was like, You think, like, is it in the lawn? Is it just in front of the house?
Yeah.
Or is he trying to, like, hide it in the backyard?
Even if it was parked in the street and the tabs were expired, you're not driving it, so you wouldn't be in trouble. Like,
Would you? I don't know.
no. By the way, I was driving with expired tabs for a couple months. I did not realize it.
I've done that before.
Because it was, I barely drive that. And it's around Christmas time. So, like, Christmas, how, like, everything happens, and I just totally forgot. And then, like, clean out the fridge, and I'm like, oh, no, we were doing the taxes. And she's like, where's your tab? So I'm going through, like, the history in the bank, and I'm like, okay, I don't know, I didn't see it. It's like, I had to pay it. And then look at the fridge, I'm like, oh, this is the thing. I never took it. So, yeah, it was like 3 months for that, but
yeah. There's sometimes they sit in my car, and I forgot to do them. All right, so Mike P breaks that to him. They all laugh at him. Then Jamie Madrox calls him back.
Yeah, and starts pulling the Biggie skit from which song is it? It's actually on the bottom here. Let's see. My Downfall. So Puffy calls Biggie with the exact same, you soft goo, you soft.
And he, like, plays into it, too.
Yeah.
And that's when he breaks and he tells him
Yeah.
that it was a joke. And it's hard to tell, like, did he know it was a joke
Yeah,
before
what point
then?
did he catch on? Because he still sounds sleepy as hell.
Yeah. And then he says, Alex says, Huggy Bear's in the corner and he's pissed for real. And Blaze does not care. Still.
When Alex says that, it sounds like Alex is eating something. So maybe it's early, it is breakfast. It sounds like he has little nuts in his mouth, so he's snacking on something.
I love that he challenges him to a kickboxing match.
He says, up at Zap Zone.
Brown Bomber still chilling in Mike P's backyard.
Yeah, there is the Brown Bomber.
So yeah, that's a real funny listen. Like, how many times can you listen to it? Probably not a ton, but it's funny to listen to.
Oh, I think it's one of their best skits. Yeah.
Best skits of all time, you
Cracks
think?
me up.
So there it is.
You're gonna need to ride home. Yeah, I guess so. Like, it doesn't even fucking help the guy out.
No, they're not going to call him a cab or anything. Poor Blaze. He's a champ. He took it.
Mm-hmm. Company man.
And
ready
that
to get
is,
back in the studio.
He's ready to just record. He's like, oh, this is what I got to do. So that's all 22. Sleep me. All 22 minutes of Hatchet execution.
Yeah.
And now the CD has come to an end.
Can you believe it?
I can't believe it. We've done it. But there's still more to be had.
Yeah. A little couple extra things here and there.
Yeah, don't think we're just abandoning all of our listeners and viewers. We still got a couple tricks up our sleeve,
Yeah.
so we'll see what's happening, and we'll let everyone know. And you will know if you follow us on all social medias.
Mm.
That's at Juggalo RWD, wherever your social media favorites are. And then you can listen to us on Spotify, Apple, Google, all those good places. Yeah. Just search for us and like, rate, review, subscribe everywhere you can. Or watch us on YouTube. Same deal. Like us and follow.
Jump in the comments, say some shit, get the algorithm cooking.
Then you can call us or text us at 810-666-1570 or email us at juggalorwd@gmail.com. What else did I want to say?
We didn't place this on our on
the
songs of the album.
Middle of the road.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. It's not a banger. It's a funny listen, but it's not like I don't know. Everyone's got like banging lines, but they're just like, it doesn't, like I said, it feels like a bonus, so it's hard to rank it within the album. Yeah, it's good. It's just not like, it's hard to compare it to like Grave Ain't No Place or Casket. Yeah, everything that's
doing the mythology of the album and the story.
It's there. It's good, but it's weird. What was I going to say? Oh, we kind of alluded to this before, so we'll say it now. This episode should be dropping very early June, so we'll quickly run down things that maybe you will be seeing us at. We may or may not be at Camp Zool, which would literally be like
As you're listening to this.
as this drops. So
Yeah.
there's potential for that. We have SummerSlam weekend in August
Yeah.
for in Detroit. There's Old Wrestling on Thursday.
Yeah, we'll be there as always.
We may be at WrestleCon Friday, Saturday. There's lots going on that weekend, so I'm sure we'll have episodes between now and then.
Oh, yeah.
But again, follow social medias and you'll see where we're at. I forgot Astro 6.5.
Oh, yeah.
Is that in June?
Yeah, that's a few weeks from right now.
Oh
As
my
you're
God,
listening to
you're
this.
right. That's like at the end of June, so that's
Yeah.
coming up quick too. We'll be there in some form or fashion. We'll let everyone know.
Yeah.
I may or may not be at Silver Scream, so we'll check that out. And then they just released tickets for recently. I mean, within the past week or two, they released tickets for Fright Fest.
Little Green Book action.
Yeah, so Halloween already around the corner.
Heard they're inviting everyone.
Everyone, all of them.
All of them are going to be there.
So lots of things going on in the city, in the Juggalo world, in the wrestling world, in the whatever we're doing world.
Yeah.
I'm sure we forgot something, but as we said, keep in tune with us here or on social medias, and we'll let you know where to find us.
That's right.
I think that's it for this, right?
Join us next week for wrap up, maybe, or something else. I don't know.
I would think wrap up maybe at the we have a couple ideas.
Yeah.
So I say we could have 4 more episodes.
Yeah.
Highly possible. How many of those will we actually do? Maybe 2, hopefully 3, hopefully 4.
Yeah.
But we'll still be around. So keep in tune with us, and we'll be around. So until then, this is Peter and Chris, Juggalo Rewind. We will see you shortly.